Okay. Hello, viewers. And this is going to be session 0 for a new Changeling campaign. So, these chucklefucks are going into the dark woods. Congratulations. Hail to our tribute. So, what should we start with? Well, maybe as I continue chewing, I should give you an idea what info you know, right? Going in. And then maybe you want to adjust the plan slightly based on that, right? So, this is gonna be March 2022. About a month-ish after the Russian invasion of Ukraine started, which unleashed a surge of dark glamour as fears of nuclear war and other bullshit flooded the world. That led to paths deeper into the dreaming potentially opening, and you have been sent to find an item which has been mentioned in legends called the Crown of Winter. Prince Eugene wants to gift it to Queen Margaret on their anniversary. If not this one, then the next one. And you have been selected as some of the France's, or Neustria's, best and brightest, and by that he of course means people he can afford to lose who aren't busy with more important shit, to head into the anarchistic and democratic regions of, what was it, the Confederacy of something. It's like, to him, it's all just like the commoners, just like peasants leaving the fields revolting. They don't have a government, it's not a country, it's just, the wildlands where anarchy reigns. But you get to go in there and fix shit. Now, you are gonna be in the area that was originally the Black Forest around Stuttgart. From the local Germans, I have learned that this is a touristy region. Yay! Banality. And there have been rumors, information coming out of there that in the near dreaming people have been seeing things in the sky. Mirages as of far off mountains, or a woods line, or above the ground just like swirling winter clouds even when it's summer. So the assumption is, if that shit is peeking through, there has to be a way through, and if there isn't one, you can probably engineer one. The theory, as far as people can tell, it's because there's extra glamour in the world. Everyone's afraid, everyone's dreaming up apocalypse scenarios. Who knows how long that will last? Originally people figured, yeah, Kiev's gonna fall in 3 days. But those fuckers are still fighting. So you have a shot. Who knows for how long? Unfortunately, it does seem that, like, at least no one's heard about anyone establishing like a solid connection to wherever it's going, and nobody knows how that old trod, if there is one, works. So that's something you're going to have to discover, and you're likely going to have to engineer the local flows of glamour to amplify or focus them or direct them where they need to go in order to open yourself a nice little door. As for the local situation, other than anarchy, you know that the center of Stuttgart is banality center. There are a lot of old pillars, lampposts, etc. A lot of things that are made of cold iron that make the area not just dangerous if you interact with the cold iron, but the whole area is soaked with banality. On top of it being like a tourist city and they're being like, you know, the usual cold-blooded cash grabs. I mean, you could try that. No, actually, you could blow up a nuclear plant and stage a terrorist moment.
It would cause glamour, right?
It would, but USA might just sink the Black Sea Fleet directly, considering that an attack on NATO, and then things might escalate, and you might not have time to take advantage of the crown of winter.
Well, you see, we're only tasked to retrieve the crown of winter. We're not tasked to keep the world intact in the process.
It's something we will discuss your roads to your house, to your prince, and to this mission specifically. Because changelings, especially nobles, work on notes a lot. But it is possible that, like, there being a strong center of banality centers in general interfere with the flow of glamour. If you could do something about that, that might do a thing. There's a lot of tourist development planned in the area, like new hotels, parts of forest being cleared. It was a whole scandal about like national reserves being shrunk in order to accommodate business, etc. That is also an ongoing thing. You don't know the specifics. Who knows who or what is involved with that? What else was I gonna give you? There is a rather unfortunate historical campsite near Stuttgart. Not one of the bigger ones, the body count was somewhere along 10,000 total. But there is information that a lot of nightmares, you know, dangerous chimera have been gathering there. And a lot of glamour is flowing in that direction. It's possible that something could be done there. And also there is information that the local changelings have old writings, the kind that changelings can no longer read. If you could somehow convince them to give you access to those, maybe you could extract some extra information from that.
But how are we gonna read that if nobody can read them?
Well, good luck decoding. You can always attempt magic. That is one option. Or you can do in-depth research. It's more the case that it's like, yes, it's ancient Egyptian, we don't have a Rosetta Stone. Maybe someone in France has information, maybe someone somewhere else. The locals with their resources are, as far as you know, unable to casually read them. It's like historical artifacts that do not easily submit to access. And finally, you know that some tourists have recently been going missing in the dark woods. It's like a whole group of like 5 people went missing, and the only thing that was recovered was like a jacket with some blood on it.
I'm sure that's fine.
And yeah, I think that's in general enough clues to begin you on the path.
I have a question.
Hmm?
Do you have like a proper handler or like some courtier that's like supposed to handle information flow, or it's just like the princess? You go now.
You can ask around. The prince is like, oh, on your way. This is a great task in the service of courtly love. Good
Nice.
luck, my brave knights.
Understandable.
Gwydion is Sealy, right? And he's presumably
I think so.
Sealy. Gwydion is for sure Sealy, and he's a Sealy consort, I assume. So it's like, yeah, he doesn't do things the way you people do things. It's like, good luck, brave knight. This task is yours to conquer.
God bless. God bless.
But you can, with your pooled backgrounds or individually, like I said, buy Dots of Occult Library, And that will represent you having found and brought with you in like a van some materials to help you with, issues related to your search.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Like speaking of like backgrounds, like how many points are people like giving up? I'm like donating 1.
I would prefer if you all could agree on like a roughly similar amount to donate, because it's weird when like someone donates 5 and then they come in with a new character and it's like, well, shit, do I have to donate 5 again? It's really awkward when that happens.
What do you mean? What do you mean new character?
Well, people might die.
Wow.
I can survive half an hour, it's fine.
Alright.
You will get 1 free pooled background per player, so 4 total.
Oh.
And like the pooled backgrounds, those represent not your personal resource, but the things that the prince is like, you know what, you need a little bit of help. Here, take this, black credit card, or here, have these books loaded into this van. Or like, guns are nice, have a shotgun.
Guns are good.
That's a lot more than expected. Very generous of this Prince Consort.
But it is a big vibe of, I'm making a grand gesture, not a, you're hunting for dangerous magic.
Yeah, of course. But beggars can't be choosers.
Like honestly, if he was hunting for dangerous magic and if he thought that this was like 100% real or important, he wouldn't send you a lot. You're kind of like the top of the bottom tier of usefulness.
That nice feel of like expendable and and competent.
Listen, your name wouldn't have landed under his finger when he was blithely picking you off a list of people he didn't need if the Dreaming didn't want you on this quest.
You know, that makes perfect sense.
I will give you one last piece of information. Actually, some of your friends at court will pass whispers along to you that apparently there has been some sort of a prophecy about this quest and about you needing to go on this.
No, a prophecy. Source.
It's just some dude with soothsay magic. Changelings do that sort of shit.
Yeah, I figure.
Probably one of the court seers or something.
Actual yes, that's actually amazing.
He could have been a court seer if he had picked up the right heart.
That's also true. But I chose to be the muscle. And now I'm stuck with it. Well, not really, but could always die.
Dying now is an option.
Exactly.
So, I suppose we can check characters in a bit, like the boring stuff. Whether you calculated the dots correctly and the like, right?
Probably not, but yeah.
But, group backgrounds. Discuss what each of you has individually and what you want to pick up as a group thing.
Right.
So, well, I'm going to go for like one dot, and I've got 1 dot per person, so sorry, like 5 in total, I suppose. And I would favor like resources first, so you can actually live comfortably somewhere, like like rent out a hotel for an extended amount of time or something like that. Just so we like I have a place to return to.
And that
I don't
is something you can do. Definitely. Probably not one of the bigger hotels because those have a lot of the usual banality crap with people who just sit in the hotel the whole time and drink and sit by the pool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would favor a holiday house that we just have to ourselves.
That would also work. But how big do they do? Like we need at least 2 master bedrooms, and
I
of
mean,
course,
I think that's reasonable. Like, holiday houses are like similar in size to like actual family homes.
huh.
Sorry, you have to sleep in the bathtub.
Wow! I don't think that's
Again?
Well, the commoners sleep in the bathtub.
Yeah.
You have 2 bedrooms for the nobles, and the commoners sleep on the floor next to the bed. Like, I don't understand what the problem is. Do you not know how this works?
Right, I finished coloring my token, now I can pay attention. Right, I personally, like, I don't know how much would be needed. As the totally support character, I have some resources, so I could probably support the group, and a few contacts that could help to, like, knowing who to buy stuff in the area and who to contact for, like, changeling needs.
Okay, but that's your money, not the prince's money, Bacon.
I mean, I'm doing for the good of my friends and the mission. I'm a kind soul.
Okay, Bacon. A kind soul. I would say to comfortably live in like a rented house of some kind, you would need like 2 points of resource for the entire group. And that would cover your living needs, having a car rented, and just like your basic everyday stuff. But it wouldn't necessarily leave you with a lot of spending cash for like big purchases.
Yeah, so we probably should get like to 3 to have like wiggle room if we can.
But Bacon is rich. He is sitting on like 3.
Wow. What the fuck, Bacon?
Well, butlers can earn a lot of money, you know.
It seems like it.
See, he just buys France government bonds with every paycheck. And the money builds up because he's old.
God. It's like, what is it, like World War One or two? Let's see.
You might also want to save like your pooled backgrounds for things you know you want to take above 4 or above 3, because remember I limited you to 3 at most on stuff that isn't pooled.
Okay.
So if you wanted to like be like rich, like able to bribe things, you could buy like, well, 5 dots of resource would be like, you have access to the prince's personal accounts for this mission.
He read it through in the fucking black credit card.
You put it into an ATM. It doesn't even display balance remaining. Just asks you how much you want.
Infinite money glitch.
Prince
Yeah,
is like when you go back. Oh yeah, 2 decades ago. I did a technocrat a favor. The credit card has worked ever since.
All right. So, like other than like resources, at least 3. But what about favoring like kind of like at least 1 retainer, so you can have like 1 dude that isn't us, that we can just send out. Gets that now is that on errands, and well, and that maybe some contacts in the police, maybe.
Looking
So, you know,
through everyone, I'm seeing like 3 extra backgrounds committed to the pool. correct me if I'm wrong, Bacon is... You're not committing any. I
I
think...
mean, looking as I kind of fucked up my backgrounds, I should be at least committing one, because I have 2 action contacts, if we are to be limited to 3.
I've already committed one.
Yeah, I am gonna limit you to 3 because it's a bit weird that some nobody with 0 experience is like, I know everyone in Germany.
I mean, I just know 5 important people.
And a bunch of lesser ones.
I'm just your average Frenchman. I talk with other people, you know?
With Germans?
Yes. And half of the contacts are Italians. They won't really matter for the game, but I also have a bunch of Italian contacts.
Minor contacts that aren't named and don't provide like a name benefit are just rolled onto the background without taking up the limit.
Yeah, I know. You roll wits plus contacts. But no, I was planning on having all of them named. I just forgot.
Okay, so 4 pooled backgrounds.
Yes.
And 4 base, so you have 8 total.
That's decent.
And we can, just agree that everyone pulls 1, and if you bring in a replacement character, you also have to pull like 1.
Yeah, that seems not too bad.
Yeah, that sounds fine.
Alright, so I guess one thing that could be useful is like library. And if you are nerds and know the weird occult stuff.
I have Greymail and Enigmas, at least a little.
Both would be probably what
I
you
might
would...
get a little more if my merit gets rejected later on.
I would say that Enigmas would be what's important for actually translating it, and Greymare for understanding what the fuck it actually means once you know what the words are. Because it's like, insert the floppy disk into the drive slot, and if you don't know computers, you're like, what the actual fuck did I just read?
I mean, it's 2023. A lot of people would be
Yeah, we just
by
confused a
raising
bunch of
certain
Gen Z if they ever watched this, I know. You could also pull, if you want a powerful servant, you could just pull a bunch of points into like an animate chimera and have like a sentient dream that you can send out to do shit and guard you while you sleep. Or you could buy like a high-level treasure. Be like, I have this scrying ball that shows me the future. The spoon of destiny.
I guess I'm just gonna go like post my proposal.
Alrighty.
And restore study anchor, I guess. You know, Prince gets mad that we like squandered the money somehow. Then tries to take back the other stuff too.
I'm not sure, really. Like, if you remove the contact with the police, it just increases resources, and with extra money, you get the contact with the police because you can just bribe them.
I'm not sure how bribeable German police officers are. Outside of big cities, of course, like Berlin for sure.
You're just not bribing them enough. That's why you need more resources.
See.
See, the problem is that countries that fight corruption set up stings for police officers where people try to bribe them and are secretly recording them or something.
I mean, what I call bribing is you go to the police charity event and you donate a lot to the organization to help with the public issue they're dealing with. And you shake hands with the police chief.
Oh, by the way, I have some parking tickets. Could you take care of it?
So, alternative would be 4 resources then.
Yes. I like. Retinue is the way they call follow, right? It was like
Well, it's what you
Different?
call it in. I think it's what you called it in VOD. I'm not sure if this is the same here. I don't have.
I don't-
Retainer.
It's
Yeah,
retainer,
retainer, yeah.
in VTM and retinue and changeling.
okay, yeah.
Yeah. It can be like a Kinane, enchanted human, or like just some random dude.
Generic human wouldn't be in the know. It would be just like a human, unless you enchanted them and fed them glamour. But that's like,
Expensive.
yeah, Kinane is like a half-blood, but it's rougher if you want to sacrifice them because they're gonna be someone's relative. Not necessarily part of the group, but they're like someone at court. It's gonna like look bad if they get killed.
Yeah. Like personally, I'm opting for like just a random guy because that's really expendable and probably easy to replace if things go wrong.
Just like a bodyguard.
More like someone that just handles all kinds of errands really. But bodyguard might be not too bad since they can handle like random errands too and can defend themselves, and might even have like depending like actually I'm not sure if bodyguard cells are legally allowed to carry like firearms in Germany. Probably.
I mean, they have to be, right? Like, surely. Although it is Germany.
Yeah, exactly. Like, the politicians probably get like some armed people.
Well, yeah, but that's like local secret service or like special police or something.
They are like security, companies. People are allowed to have a gun, but only if there is like a good reason and a concrete, use case.
If you spend a retinue on having a bodyguard, I'm gonna say that part of spending that point is like someone anonymously sends you some death threats with the address you're staying at, and you're like, yes, we need a bodyguard, see? We're just innocent tourists, but someone's after us.
That seems reasonable. Sure.
Like, you're part of a major organization, so it's kind of stupid to assume that something like on the level of like the local Camarilla or like a major Changeling court cannot arrange like a permit like that. And like, honestly, a Changeling court doesn't have as many limitations in some ways as, vampires for pulling strings. They can cover a whole country, they can, like, they're not as localized in their influence, let's say.
Right. But yeah, this sounds like very livable to me. How about we vote? Everyone is like in favor of the second proposal says aye.
Aye.
Sure, I
So hesitant.
wasn't
Alright.
really caring for the police guy, I guess.
Oh, when the second guy, the second proposal doesn't have a police guy.
Yeah, I didn't really care about him.
That's fair. Okay. Do we get like a handout to like put the background in, or just record it on someone's sheet?
I'll add one.
So generous.
I am a generous god. Walk into the city hall, it's just like dreaming, I would like to be the mayor now. 3 days later, you're strapped into a chair at the bottom of the chantry, like, Who do you serve? How did this happen? What magic did you unleash? How did you break the blood bonds?
What actually happens when like changelings drink vampire blood?
You get penalty for it.
Oh, that's sad.
It wouldn't be as bad as werewolf, but it would still be poison, yeah. But like, in an emergency you could take on banality in order to heal, I guess, so. But yeah, it would be fucked. Tremere keep wondering why their changeling toys keep breaking. They keep feeding them blood to bond them.
The worst part about it is like the have the resources and like tenacity to keep trying to capture more and more changelings and keep experimenting.
It's strange. Some changelings seem to wither away in our prisons, yet some seem to be able to endure the aura of our presence. Most curious. More experimentation is required.
Walk into police station, unleash Sauron. Understandable.
I mean, you just know that there is that 1/5 generation Tremere Elder that's just obsessed with changeling somewhere. No, you don't understand. I have this ring. I know they're real. I can see them! Brother, you are possessed. Take off the ring. Okay. So, we covered that. I asked you to think of some like purely roleplay flavor characters that we would add to this. Like people you know. 4 back in France and 4 locally. So, does anyone have any ideas that they would like to present first? I figured everyone would get to nominate 2 and then we would discuss as a group.
Was it humans or changelings?
Either or. People you know, like who's your immediate circle, who do you happen to interact with on like a reasonable basis. Like if you need news from home, who the fuck do you call? Like who do you happen to know back home, right? Or like who do you know locally? Are you friendly with the local baker? Or like do you stop and chat with the postman? Or like is the lady next door a casual friend? Or on that level. Because like you're not vampires, you're not like bloodthirsty loners, right? You interact with someone presumably.
Yeah, that's fair. Like honestly, the most recent thing would be probably to start with the local like landlord or like hotel owner, depending on like what you go for. Like someone has to like own this place we're renting.
Yeah. That's an open question, whether you interact with them regularly or if they're just in the background.
I mean, they probably come by, like they probably come by like from time to time to make sure that we don't like ruin the place. Right?
Well, yeah, but like you have a blackguard, Like, they know that, you signed the lease, you're rich, you're probably just gonna sign off on paying off the damages. It's not that big a deal.
Mm.
I suppose my character would interact with a mentor that she used to contact a fair bit until moving around and becoming a changeling.
Okay, so this is like a mortal somewhere in France.
Yes.
Okay. That's good. Preferably it should be people that are like, like everyone knows at least a little bit. But you can make that part of like your background in particular. Also, that I see you've taken Occult Library yourself as well.
Oh, we weren't meant to put those in? Okay.
No, you can. I'm just saying, if you're taking it as a group thing, you might want to switch that out for something else.
Or you can just add part of it as pooled, so we have even more Occult Library as a group. Power gaming.
I think we agreed to pull one each, Emma. Oh, you hadn't, I guess.
I did. I just was adding. I misinterpreted how to enter the group stuff.
Oh yeah, the group stuff, that stays on the group level. It doesn't go on the individual sheet.
Okay, it's reverted back to what it was.
Okay. Okay. I see that this is like the normal case where everyone just sits silently and waits for someone else to speak. Nyaxi, you're up.
Okay, but I can't promise you that I can magically some concept that everyone would know. That's not me. I also need to look up the titles real quick, so that I don't make him too high level.
Squires and knights are the low level ones if you're thinking about Changeling.
Oh, exactly, yeah.
Like, not everyone needs to be close with every person, right? It's more a case of like everyone at least knowing that that person exists would be a good threshold, right?
Okay.
So like you can be close to someone and everyone else can be like, oh wait, you're close to that asshole, what the fuck? But they know who they are, right?
Yeah, makes sense. Okay, then I would nominate. Should I just put the name in chat? Or?
Sure. Okay.
I crash at his place a lot because I'm kind of not in a good financial situation on the mortal side of things.
Okay.
I mean, that's a proper French name. My character would be fine knowing him.
Okay. So, Jean-Claude stays outside the freehold, interacts with a lot of the mortal shit for whatever reason, and offers you a place to stay when you don't want to be at court.
Yeah, I mean, his house is the hospitality one.
Oh, so he runs like a, the place where all the undesirables stay. Got it.
Yeah, he has the homeless shelter. No, I can't really think of a name, but if we're knowing people in France, probably most people that are known are nobles. Considering the house my character is somewhat associated.
Which house did you pick?
The degenerate one.
They're all degenerate. You know how little it narrows it down.
The Lian Hound. The succubus house.
Bacon, under legacies, you are also supposed to pick a Sealy legacy on top of the Unseelie one. It's just like the subordinate one.
Right. Okay. Looks like why it needs to be so confusing. Then you should have 2 slots.
This sheet is incomplete. They never bothered finishing it.
Legacies. I could have like a BT manservant of one of the low level or mid level party people of the house, Leonhound, that someone knows because either went to one of the parties or just knows what happens on the party and doesn't want to go there.
What? Sorry, I was reading how degenerate your house is.
Yeah, just have a low member of the house, one of the responsibles for doing parties to outside people. I'm like usually their servant.
Ah, right. So like a keeper of Elysium sort of dude that you work for on occasion. Okay.
Yes. I wash the clothes and the stains that stay on the couch after the parties.
Okay. Okay. Okay, I see how it is.
Where's legacies?
You know, looking at what these fuckers do, I'm starting to get a feeling that there are some parties that Toreador don't walk out of. Okay, well,
Oh yeah, just select.
I'm actually gonna add a second handout with notable people, and you can add these in here, honestly.
Also, that's the wrong legacy. I thought I changed this. This one doesn't work. Put a bug on. It was.
Redemar, you missed it.
What did I miss?
Bacon knows. Bacon is a squire in the most Toreador house there is, and he is squire to the keeper of Elysium, and he gets to wash the couches after the parties.
What the fuck, Bacon?
It's an important job. Someone has to do that. You can't have this kind of parties if everything is dirty at the beginning. It needs to get dirty 1 hour in. It's the rule.
Understandable.
Yeah, I just skimmed a little about that house, and it's like, yeah, some of the high society parties that are thrown in a city, Toreador don't walk out of alive.
Exquisite tastes. What quarter are they aligned with?
What do you think?
I can make guesses.
What's the boon and flaw? Oh, did you add your free dot of charisma, Bacon?
Yes, I did. I'm a very charismatic, ugly fuck.
It's just... I'm just imagining this fucking Igor fuck walking up to a couch. It's like, my lord, my lady, more oysters.
No, It's a bug, and the oysters just appear in the table in front and they don't even notice. That's the magic.
Bruh. Each week that you do not get a glamour from a dreamer, you age 1 year.
Yes, that's why he looks a bit older.
Okay, but it can be reversed. Okay, so the butler's just gonna wilt if he doesn't get glamour from dreamers. Okay. Okay, that's 2. Make sure that yours are added to the next event away. So you can add yours bacon to notable people.
Notable people. Alright, so have 2 people back on the homeland. It's here. So we need now people that were in Germany?
Well, 8 total. 4 each. Or like
Okay.
So like
I thought it was like 2-2.
Well, it's 2 per player.
No, makes sense.
So
makes
everyone
sense.
gets nominated too. Redimer, what about you?
Once you're torn, I had like an idea for like someone brought me to Noble House, but I think I already went with that like once in another game, so I don't know, a bit boring. But I do have like friends. Is probably like well, like living for a living. I basically do like blackmail and stuff like that. Protection money.
Jesus Christ.
So so I probably have like some boss I report to for that kind of stuff.
I didn't know your character was Italian.
I mean, he isn't. It's the Arab clans. So
It is so fortunate that the dragon that was harassing your freehold went away. It would be a shame if he were to return. Well, what business is it of anyone's how you manage your own vassals or your house?
but yeah, in terms of like names, I guess like one of my extended cousins.
Yeah, that's how aristocratic parties work. It's like everyone going cousin, 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 cousin.
Yeah. Just business as usual. Just one
He's my cousin on the father's side, twice removed, and on my mother's side, 3 times removed.
God. But yeah, and that I mean, I don't really have that much. I already have my pro brother, but it's like a contact and a contact by the dreamer, and that's not really the same.
Well, I've been awake for 1 hour. I need my coffee, so I'll be right back.
Dan, don't you try and sneak that in through the Discord chat. You get to state it out loud so we can all mock it.
Very well. was saying in the Discord that perhaps I should suggest a character that's related to my work in the fashion industry, either in France or Germany.
I mean, you can. Give us a little more detail, because, like, how do you know them? What's your interaction with them?
Mostly gossip and local news, and then any other weird stuff that has happened in the area.
Okay.
Supernatural-ish stuff.
Okay, in that case, it's probably better that they're in the know. So, maybe it's like a, half-blood changeling, like one of the Kinane, that just moved to Germany and now you've reconnected. And you're just, like, using them to, get the stuff that literally everyone knows. Oh, Bacon's house literally kidnaps dreamers and puts them in freehold so they can never stop creating.
It's pretty based. I think that's a practice everyone should adopt.
Nah, you don't have a freehold.
But that's true, but all the houses have freeholds, presumably. Somewhere.
Yeah, they do.
Well, actually, most of your house stays in the dreaming, so it's just like, don't mind the lost. Like, they stay in their corner, we stay in ours.
And to be fair, the lost changelings, they are not like they're evil or anything. It's just they don't know that Bedlam is a bad thing for you.
Brother, the oath truce has ended. We must fight the war of season. I mean, that is a way you could try and get information, find some local lost and see if you can manipulate some information out of them about what the fuck that thing is.
Yeah, that's definitely a possibility. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now keep in mind, these don't necessarily have to be people, by the way. These can be like wild chimera and stuff. It's like, back home I used to know a unicorn.
But I was gonna suggest a hot dog stall owner in Germany next.
Based.
Yes.
Wait, let me
It's
just...
Germany. It shouldn't be a hot dog stand. Should be a...
Oh no, they make fucking great hot dogs.
It should be a kebab store owner.
It should be a kebab store.
So
Right,
point on the map where you want to stay.
Okay, this is a very important decision.
I think other than Stuttgart, Karlsruhe and Freiburg are the biggest ones. If you want to at least be right next to the woods.
I mean, we could live in Bob.
What?
Yeah, there's a city with umlaut, so I don't know how to pronounce that kind of but Bobligen.
Böblingen, yeah.
Bob.
We call him Bob. Oof. But Bob has like one severe downside. It's further away from France. In case we need a skedaddle.
Yeah, true. You're Frenchman, so that's not a good thing.
If they want to catch you, they'll bring someone with Wayfair and they'll catch you.
What if we have Wayfair too at this point?
I mean, Baden-Baden is also a good option.
Hmm.
That's not wrong.
It is right next to the woods, not surrounded by them, so...
Yeah.
And
It's also
called
pretty city.
Baden-Baden.
And it's too small for vampires to fuck with you, so...
Hmm. You can also like reach like bigger cities relatively easy. Like there's a big highway here, and
Yeah,
really,
it's
like-
only 20 feet apart.
yeah, exactly. You basically step in there, like within a turn. What if someone's in my door? You're back.
Oh Jesus, it is in the middle of the fucking woods.
I mean, that's not bad for us.
It's not bad, it's just, you know... localized surge of glamour. Where'd the city go? Oh, fuck. How big is it? Doesn't look that big. It's what, like 30, 40,000 people maybe? No, 55.
Yep, 55.
You know, it's probably one of the more hospitable and useful places you could pick. Okay, so home base is Baden-Baden.
Back. Oh.
So we have decided that we are living in the woods, namely Baden-Baden.
It's a nice place. Honestly, like looking at the pictures, like Chris, are you sure those places are full of banality?
Yeah, but only 40 feet from the local Camarilla court.
That's fine. That's fine.
We should roll in there and say hello.
Yeah, exactly. it's only polite as a noble that you could announce yourself to the local lords.
Yeah, we have to visit the prince when arriving at the city.
Yeah, it's even in the traditions.
I just walk into the Camarilla court, into like Elysium, unleash sovereign, I'm prince now.
Prince now.
They can probably try and resist in some way.
Oh yeah, you can resist like normally. Like Dictum you can resist with willpower points per turn. And in those and if you kill the caster in that time you're free of the Dictum. So there is precedent for resisting sovereign.
Think this will be slightly more accurate, roughly. Don't think it's 100%, but it's close to the actual distances. Well, if you want to get rid of the banality bullshit in Stuttgart, disrupt whatever the fuck is going on there, like you're gonna have to go there. Which, you know, creates the wonderful dilemma of going during the night or going during the day.
I mean, realistically speaking, like, is there really that much of a difference? I mean, I guess, like, you know, vampires won't be awake during the day, but
Police will be.
presumably they have like something around to make sure that people, you know, don't just walk in the city while they sleep.
No, they generally just like they don't do like solid borders. They more hunt down anyone that they catch nosing around.
Well, yes, but presumably like in transport ways and stuff like that. If somebody stands out too much, there's probably like someone making note of that. So yeah, some diligent servant somewhere.
How much CCTV does Germany use?
Increasing amount, I think.
That depends, like...
Well,
there's like the EU laws that are kind of restrictive, and it's mostly, I think, in the big cities.
Well, yeah, the smaller stuff is probably fine, but like the cold iron pillars and that kind of stuff is in Stuttgart center pretty much. And
like, Berlin is one of the most surveilled cities in Europe. But Stuttgart, I'm not sure how bad it is now.
It's impressive that they beat London.
But like honestly, even if there isn't like proper CCTV, there's gonna be a bunch of storefronts watching their own shit, right? So there's a good chance of being caught on camera.
Yeah, it's pretty hard. Like, if you go outside your town center and just, I'm looking only for the cameras and blind spots to totally not illegal activities, it's really hard to find them. There are cameras everywhere, like, every store has one nowadays. Right, then, okay, we need to think on people for Germany, right?
It's gonna be
And
tough.
we are on Baden-Baden.
Dominic Weinberg, local hot dog stall owning German, very sociable. Oh, and he's writing the next Game of Thrones. Got it.
Very inspiring.
He's 50 years old and he's just starting out on his career as a writer. Good luck, buddy.
And he can still make it, well.
Exactly. Never give up on your dreams. And also think like Chris is full of banality.
You should abduct him and put him in a freehold so he doesn't age. That way he'll have all the time in the world to complete his book.
Look, if he ages, adds an extra, will I be able to read the book before he dying? Look how great it is with actual, like, A Song of Ice and Fire.
I will fucking choke you! I've been waiting for Winds of Winter for so many years! What the fuck is wrong with you?
Probably not. We'll never know.
Chris, how about this? Like, you just accept in your heart that's never gonna happen. So if it ever happens, you're
Full Sagon just landed! I need to know what it does! John is still bleeding out on the ground at the wall. You don't understand.
Supposedly the the writers of the TV show met with the dude, and so the last season of Game of Thrones should be taken as canon for like the books as well.
Well, yeah, but they implemented it shittily. Best fucking story, god damn it. Can you imagine just the backwash of banality when the 8th season of Game of Thrones came out? When like all of that imagination just ran into a wall. It's like, oof. Fuck. God damn it.
Okay, I have like another idea for like a person in Germany.
Write these down in notable persons, please. Or quick
Uh,
save you haven't.
Yeah, that's just a problem. We can, if we edit at the same time, we might lose things someone put in when the other one commits.
Yes. Just write in chat and then we define someone to note it down. That is not me.
Not it.
Definitely not it.
I can copy them
Got it.
in.
You are really slow on the draw, Dan. Like, you need to shape up. You're gonna end up doing all the bookkeeping if you're like that during the game.
And I'm doing enough of that as is.
Okay, so we have 3 people back home. And 1 in Germany. Wait, no, we have 2 in Germany because Dan, you wanted to do like a... Well, you do have a black card.
That's true.
You need to maintain a lifestyle appropriate for your station.
Exactly. You're getting it.
God damn. Okay.
And just needs like like some artist name, like because they're not just their normal names. They use like some special ones usually. I can think of a lot of like trash ones, but not a lot of like high class ones.
Okay. We're still missing. So we're missing 1 person for Germany, right? I think I have something cooking. I just need a name.
Okay. Nixie did both. Dan, you did 1. Riddmer did both. So we need 1 more from you, Dan.
What name for the fashion person, by the way?
Probably be something German.
Bruh, open a name generator. Don't be lazy.
Okay, I'll do the good one. Behind the name /random. That's the good one. Everything, it will solve your tabletop needs forever.
Yeah, that's lovely. I
It's okay.
think
I got 9.
think I did most of Elders with this.
Every character that isn't a fantasy character, I use that thing, like every single one of them. Right. I need, but sadly for some more specific ethnicities, they don't have names. So, obviously that would be the name. Right. What exactly does this guy do? Right, I think I am having ideas. Mamadou, he's an immigrant. He came from Senegal, recently arrived in Germany, but he's actually suffering a lot because he forgot that, oh, yeah, I need to stay in Germany, that like the place he was assigned, so, but he doesn't really speak German.
Mm-hmm.
He speaks French, so due to being close to the borders, that's why like he asked to be on this region. So he just still getting the grips on stuff, And whenever he meets a French person, he's just very friendly with them because it's useful even more when the French speak German to help him with stuff around like, oh yeah, I need to sign this document. What does that actually mean? What do I do? Can you guide me to a proper German person to help me with that? For now, he's doing a lot of informal jobs.
Tax-free.
Okay, Dan, did you find a name?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
you
did.
did.
It's in chat there.
Hans Mueller.
Hans.
Okay. And then we need a person back in France.
Do changelings use alchemists a lot lately?
There's probably magic that transforms stuff. Like there's knockers, they make all kinds of weird shit. But it's mostly more focused towards devices. But like you can use magic to make potions and the like, I think. At least in a few cases, at least for healing. Keep in mind, this doesn't have to be someone who's useful, in fact. This is the list of people who you know who aren't actually useful.
I would say like the prostitute is useful.
Well, yes, but not mechanically.
Speak for yourself.
Actually, are concerts legal in Germany?
I'm not sure, but escorts are the escort services for sure.
I think prostitution is legal in Germany.
Yeah, that's legal.
Okay, Vladimir, you need to get with the timestamp. There's probably an app in Germany, you just need to find the name.
What?
Did you see that
Yeah.
smile dawn on his face? Like, really?
I mean, if the shit country I live, there is an app for it. It should be in a more civilized place where people know technology.
Dan, I'm gonna make you really sad. The slimy, crawling, squeezing through tight corners things are the Slua. You are Gollum.
Yeah. I meant actual gargoyle-like things, that kind of stuff. Maybe
And gargoyles are
the
kind of
Jewish
vampires.
ones.
Golems.
Yeah,
You're right, golems.
that's what I meant.
Could be a chimera thing. Like, there's definitely like chimerical constructs. Okay, how about this? You're trying to think of like I assume of a cool idea that like fits into this group of randoms. Start from your character, right? Who would they have in their life?
I think, yeah, he's going for crafters, right? Are you a crafter yourself?
Yeah, I was have a list of things. Crafter, but I figured that would have been too on the nose. Unless I
mean,
need
it's-
supplies, maybe.
Like I said, these are the
it's
non-useful people. This is pure flavor.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
France, so you can like know as it's a kingdom, they probably have like fancy blacksmiths doing fancy dress swords, right?
I mean, they have a fucking castle probably as the Queen's freehold in the Dreaming, so...
I think that's for sure one to exist and be cool to interact. You know the legendary swordsmith.
I'm sorry, we will not give a she full plate to the degenerate knight of House Baelor.
Wow. Betrayed. Fucking betrayed again.
You know what I think? I think Marinette is the one Sealy sent along to keep an eye on you degenerates.
Wow, the nobles.
And we're not degenerates, we're French, we're just following the spirit of the land.
So they sent 3 nobles to get the job done? And one fashion designer that you're well dressed to make sure you're well dressed while you do it.
Yeah, technically my character is a noble, but let's be honest, noble adjacent.
I mean, to be fair, that's how you know my character is. I do work for you.
Oh no, she's hired help. Well, you could have someone who you're on friendly terms with, who you have done work for back in France, as an acquaintance.
That just go back to the police or my boss or something. I'll be the work boss.
Like in France, if it's someone everyone at least knows, it probably has to be something court or court adjacent, right? Mortals don't really work on the French side. I know we're putting you on the spot.
Just came up with random bullshit. It's
Yeah.
my best skill for request games.
It really is just, whenever I ST like a World of Darkness, 2/3 of it is me coming up with random bullshit and just rolling with it. Just first idea that pops into your head. Who does your character know?
Yeah, fuck it. Just, magical unicorns, I don't know. Her friends, well, whatever. Should probably be a friend with some kind of mythical creature of some kind, I guess.
Okay, so you know one of the unicorns that hangs out outside the castle. Is it a nice unicorn or is it an asshole unicorn?
It's probably a nice unicorn, but I'm the asshole to it.
Wow.
Okay, so she's the person who tells the unicorn it can't steal the apples, who tells it not to play with the children, to stay on its side of the fence, and in general just chases it off.
Yep, pretty much.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, what is the level of the unicorn mythology on Changeling? How does it work? Are these unicorns the degenerate unicorns that they hate people that are not virgins?
Some of them.
Yeah, believe my character is a virgin.
Okay, so sure, it's that kind of a unicorn. And you're one of the few people, given that it's France, that it will willingly approach in that court. You just try to chase it off, because I assume it makes you look bad that it wants to hang out with you. It's just like, no, go away, throws a rock! Go! Leave me alone! Then look down on me if you come near me! Go! Okay, so it's kind of an open secret that Marinette has made at least one half-hearted attempt to murder a unicorn.
Stabby, stabby.
It's life.
Okay. Okay, we're already there. Yep. I should have seen this. I should have made you come from the Netherlands, but then you would have all been stoners.
I mean, you don't need to be from Netherlands to be stoners. We could be worse. We could be bikers.
Bikers are cool.
I know. It's just it's a funny joke to hate bikers.
I think in Germany, if you step onto a bike lane, it's like a countdown to your death, from what I hear.
Oh, I thought it was like bikers with like motorcycles.
No,
Okay,
no,
no.
bicycles.
Okay, no, fuck them. Kill them.
Yeah, see? Because the spirit, the grind set, yeah, killed them. We need more car lanes that make the city ugly and inefficient.
Exactly. Honestly, you know, yeah, the bike lane should be like a prison, like a free for all, and you know, people could just, you know, if you go there, you're basically signing your own death warrant, but you're required by law to go there as a biker.
True.
You
No
like sell all
man's
the
land.
trucks there. Bike lane and the truck lane are the same thing.
Bruh. Okay, so you're at the top of the list, Redemar. Let's check the dots and take a look at your individual backgrounds.
All right.
Give
So
me time.
yes, you finish up whatever you need to finish up. Take me through it.
Where do you want to start?
At the top, start with attributes.
Well, like physical primary, social secondary, and mental tertiary. There's like one freebie dot in these, and like I get two. Let me check.
You get a dot of appearance from something. Is that an autumn she thing?
I think I get like two even.
All she gets 2 appearance.
Then you might be missing a dot, because secondary is two. Secondary is 5 dots, I think. 3.
2, 3, 4. Yeah, you're right. Should I go for the meme? Just do this.
Sure.
And I went with like 6 appearance.
Understandable.
I will double check. Yes, 2 additional dots of appearance. Oh. So we're gonna assume that the average mortal has like 2 or 3 willpower. It's gonna be a great time.
Of course it is.
Okay, and I assume that like one of the physical was bought with freebies, so that's 5 freebies
Yeah.
spent.
Stamina, but it doesn't really matter to be honest.
Uh,
And
checking, and I see 4 freebies spent on abilities.
yes.
And the counts line up as far as I can tell.
All right, that's good.
So you have spent 9, and then moving on to the rest of it. I guess we should ask it for the group. are we going to keep track of virtues? It's not part of Changeling, but it might matter for resisting some bullshit at some point.
I mean, the question is like, do you plan to make us invest into those? Then in that case, no. Otherwise, I'm fine with it.
Well, you get plenty of them, but we already upped the willpower cost. Like, if it comes up, if we use these, it'll be like a soak roll or a resistance roll of some kind. It's not like you have, like, fucking path ratings. You can be as monstrous as you want, in theory. You know what? Let's just nix the virtues. They're not even supposed to be there. Like, fuck it.
Yeah. Okay.
But I see that
Fair.
you had... No, you hadn't, because you downed that. Okay, so, like, 4 willpower, I think, is the default that you start with, and 4 glamour, so...
Yeah, and I get like 1 from my seeming.
Okay, so... Let's see. 4 points you have spent on... a realm, or was it 3 points for freebies to get a realm?
2 for a realm.
Yeah,
2 for a realm. Oh, realms are cheap, nice.
Yes.
Okay, so 2 for realm, and then you have 3 extra background dots. So that's 5, that puts you at 14. And you have 1 more merit than you have a flaw. So I think the freebies are counted for.
Alright.
Okay, then we need to add in your personal notes somewhere who your dreamer is, and like...
I did. It's my brother. It's like on the other notes, all the way at the bottom. It's also like what the contacts are and specialties.
Smuggler and human trafficker.
Is that your brother?
No, that's just a contact. I mean, my brother isn't much better, but yeah.
Okay, so you're just pumping people for fear and violence and things like that, I see.
Yeah.
Okay. I will say that the contacts you have picked, I guess they're not necessarily high banality per se, but like, this is a high banality type of lifestyle. You know, crushing people's dreams, just pure profit, etc.
What do you mean? I'm working with people that help people to achieve their dreams, and their dream is migrating to Germany.
Yeah, you sink the
saving
ship while
life.
it's out at sea and then harvest all of the dark glamour from the people drowning.
I think he's secretly at the lane, guys.
Wow. Come on, some people make it. It's not like intentionally killing them, or my friend for that matter.
Yeah, he just it's actually that guy is a shark trainer.
Alright, so we have one more thing, I think. Yes, antithesis, giving in to defeat.
Yeah, I think it's like a personal thing. So like,
It is a personal thing, yeah.
Yeah. So it's I see it like I can't just just give in like when if Elise comes and try to like handcuff me, and like there's no magic way to like get out. I will have to like always like look for a way to like get out.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I see. I see what you're doing here. Okay. Oh, God damn it. So, you're essentially not the kind of fate that inspires people to dream of better things. You're like, you lean in and whisper into the, trafficking victim's ear. Honey, it could always get worse. Let me show you. Do I have your character correctly? You're that kind of a dream. You're not a
Probably.
noble knight who protects the innocent. You're the image of an English knight come to France to party.
Wow, I wouldn't get that far. It's more like I would probably like encourage people, oh yeah, you got driven over. How about you go and like do something to this guy. Maybe like, oh yeah, you like destroyed your bike. How about you take your car keys and make some art on that on his like front. Or like his what
Okay,
else
so
was
you
it?
shock people out of banality and just sow chaos. So like this era with like a world war looming, you're like, now's the time to be alive.
Yeah, basically.
Bruh, okay. And you have a short fuse. Oh, you're gonna handcuff me to your sword. Try, bitch!
Yes, basically.
Wow. Okay, animalistic favor, what does that do?
Like it's basically just animal parts on your deck if you like mechanical stuff. I figured like I'm gonna use my deformity essentially as like the basis for it and give like some mechanical benefit as well. Instead of just looking cool.
Okay, so not only are you covered in scales, you have a really tough and thick skin.
Yeah, yeah. The scales are kinda the thing that keeps me safe. Natural armor essentially.
Okay. A real Chad would have picked up extra legs.
Well, true. Well, but it doesn't really fit with like the snake's theme. If anything, I should pick less legs.
You could have gone for venomous bite. It's
Yeah,
like,
it
you
was
think
probably
I'm
better.
helpless now that I'm handcuffed, chomp.
I mean, yes, but also, not sure.
Each subsequent turn for 6 hours? Excuse me?
Yeah, no, it's really deadly.
This is just like,
I was really tempted to get that.
so you earn a punch to the face from the police and you just wait for him to die.
Yeah. Imagine like being handcuffed and you just unhinged, put back your jaw as you like have bitten this police officer just like crawls on the floor trying to reach for the for the communication and it's like no, it's too late. It's weaker and weaker.
Mortal Short Circuit tried to interpret how that man just swallowed someone. Like, I think if you manage to actually short circuit people's perception of reality completely, I think I will rule it as like you just taking a banality because it's like the selective amnesia protects you from banality. So if you manage to overpower it through sheer bullshit, you are gonna take a progress point on that track because like.
I mean, it's set in a free of the constraints of reality.
Yeah, the point is the reality just starts pissing on you when you do that. You take paradox when you piss it off too much.
Guess I can't argue with that.
Okay, Marinette. Okay, Dan. Take me through it. Let's see if you did the points correctly.
Certainly hope so.
Okay, attributes I think you spent on freebies on intelligence. That's 5 points. Here you spent on upping craft. And I think on upping one of the talents, unless you get a free dot from somewhere. Is that correct?
That sounds about right. If my memory serves me.
Okay, so that's 9. How much does an art cost?
It was a pretty high cost. I think it was like 5 or something.
Okay, so that takes us to 14?
Yep.
No, 13. No, 14. Yeah, it's 14. So these boxes on Willpower and Glamour should be filled. That's like the spendable stuff.
Okay.
And merit. Flaw. So those match up. So you have a free dot that is pulled from freebies in order to make the math worked out. And that, like, the stuff that's pulled should be noted so we can keep track of how much you're contributing. Okay. The house you should erase because you don't have a title background.
Okay.
And what did we decide for your treasure?
My earrings.
Yes, which let you see a certain unfortunate someone, and right. What power did we put into these? We need to decide on that. Like, what power did you want? Have you looked at it more?
Oh, I thought we decided on it chained into objects that matched some sort of a Dragon's Eye changing duration table, something like that. Didn't we talk about?
Right. Dragon's Ire 3. Well, given that Redomer is going to be buffing everyone with Dragon's Ire 3 anyway, do you want to change to something else?
I mean, does that work on multiple people from the one person?
I think he's just gonna spam it. Or he can... he does have a dot of scene, so as long as you're in a single room, he can just like AoE you with it.
Okay, well then I can keep it anyway because I'm up to 4 because I can use the blast that it has.
Well, there's no use. Oh, you pick Dragon's Ire yourself. There's no point having it in a treasure, then you can just cast it normally. So I would recommend taking something that will be useful that you don't yourself have.
Okay, I'll better open the book then.
And given that you have prop, like, the blast isn't going to be aimed at people unless you spend glamour to aim it at people. It's going to be aimed at objects. So if you wanted to blow up a car with Dragon's Ire, you would have a good shot of doing it with 9 dice. But if you wanted to do it on a Fae, especially a noble, you would have to spend glamour and you would only have the 4 dice from the art itself. That's how the limitation works on it.
Okay, so I can't target objects that they're wearing or anything like that.
You can
to blow up
target,
to do
like,
damage
no,
on them?
you can 100% try and melt the gun they're holding. What you can do is try and just disintegrate the person. You're targeting items. Like, for example, right? You walk into the center of Stuttgart. It's a high banality area, you take a +1, and then you're using scene to turn it into an AoE, right? So you have to spend... So it ups the difficulty and you have to spend glamour because you don't actually have scene. But once you do, you could in theory AoE every single camera in that square, right?
Actually, that's, yeah. Then it's probably alright then.
Yeah, like... you can do all kinds of weird stuff with items with this setup. Like, you know, yeah, you can just like take away people's stuff essentially and target that very effectively. Well, I guess the question is, what kind of power do you want? Do you want to buff combat? Do you want some kind of utility? Do you want... like, what's your preference?
Well, has to be something with items. What else? What works good with targeting items?
The treasure you could target on anything. It's your own magic that you can target on items. The treasure just like does stuff. The limit on that is that it's a singular like ability, not multiple ones. At least I think that's how it's supposed to work. Treasures. Blah 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 blah. Treasures contain one effect based on the art assigned to them and the level purchased with no realms required for their use. The treasure exists both in the Autumn World and the Chimerical one. With increasing use, treasures develop legends of their own. Newly formed treasures bear only the art placed within them. Legendary treasures bear the art along with memorial abilities associated with their fable. Okay, the maximum glamour an imbued treasure can hold varies depending on the significance of the item and its creative impact. A treasure requiring glamour for activation of its art draws from the stored glamour before drawing from the Changeling Zone pool. These can be set to activate or set as passive bonuses as well, I think.
Okay.
If the treasurer's effect is purely magical, the dice pool might be the character's glamour rating or intelligence plus greymare. So for you, it would probably be your glamour rating to activate it.
Yeah, I invested a point into the glamour instead of the willpower.
So I think Wayfair had something good. If the rest of you have some good recommendations for level 3 treasure powers, pitch in, by the way.
I don't know any powers or nor treasures, so sorry, can't help.
Treasure just holds one level, like one specific power.
Yeah, but I don't know powers, so...
Well, you know your own. You looked at something. Oh, you just picked contract because you don't give a fuck. Okay, got it.
Well, contract sounds more fun, and I took actor to contract with people, and prop to contract with object.
I'm back.
That's how it works, right?
How about you read contract until we get to you, huh?
I was reading other things, but yeah, I think I'm done with those.
Okay. So, if you picked Wayfair, you could take Portal Passage then. What that means is that you use the earrings to like trace out a doorway and a doorway appears.
Okay.
So you could like create temporary doors in walls, etc. Just get into buildings, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I was looking at that one. That sounds good.
Okay. Then yeah, let's say that it's a door. It's a thing that lets you bypass all kinds of bullshit as a result. Fair enough. I think that's everything then. Make a note. And this is probably a treasure that has been around for a while. So, what has this been used for in the past? Like, give me like one example, like, or one important use, or like what stories has it been part of?
Probably it was in a story where someone was escaping.
Okay. Okay, so sure. I will give you a secondary power to this. Whenever you're trying to escape from being either bound or imprisoned, you'll get a -1 to the difficulty. So, like, if you're handcuffed, you will get a -1 to the difficulty of slipping out of it, if it matters. Or picking
On
lockdown.
top of the birthright that you already Slaw already have something like that.
It will reduce it further if it's a difficulty reduction.
Okay.
Let's... Right, so you're almost impossible to constrain already, and the earrings can do even more. And the fun part is that, hey, if one of you gets imprisoned, you can try and smuggle these into them. Because this will work for anyone wearing them, including a mortal, by the way. And if a mortal is holding a treasure, they get to see the dreaming and have their mind blown. Okay, Bacon, have you read contracts?
Yeah, I start reading, yeah. I would change it, and I found something, and I've read the powers I have. So everything is good. Yeah, that would fit better to my guy.
Rearranging rounds?
Chicanery. I will go have chicanery instead of contracts.
Okay.
Not sure how prop would work with that, but I think actor is correct. Or chicanery.
Let's take a look at chicanery.
It's like mind altering things, like
Well, nice.
kind of illusions. I think.
Yes. So
Illusions would dominate.
So you could make someone ignore the gun you're holding with chicanery.
Yes.
Okay, that's good. One target instantly forgettable. Just in... Okay, so that's obfuscate.
Yeah.
And dream logic is trying to just like... It's a weird dementation, obfuscate, present combo.
Good way to describe it. I went to dominate just because of this light altering thing as well. It's just social magic. Sneaky social magic.
The realm for dream logic determines the target after successfully casting. The changeling imposes a confused, suggestible state of mind onto the target. Okay. Okay, but this is chimerical. The realm for... Okay. So this is an interesting kind of coincidental magic. So you could try and bullshit props. Like, you could try and convince someone's gun that you are their friend and they don't want to hurt you.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Take me through your thoughts.
Alright. Oh, prima is social. As you see, not very pretty, but charismatic and somewhat manipulator.
Is primary social? Because I see you have a lot
I
in
or
mental.
mental, I don't know. Yeah, primary is mental, social is 5. But I get 1 extra dot because of the house, and I spend 1 freebie on charisma.
Okay, so that is 5 spent. Then
Yep.
let's see.
I have freebies noted down on by the end of notes. But yeah, main mental, then social, then physical. Who needs physical prowess? Then I went, focus on mental is pretty spread around, a bit more on perception. Attributes you can see, charisma, manipulation. Physical, who cares?
Oh, hold on. Talents, let's count 3, 3, 3, 3.
well.
You have spent 6 freebies on this, but you're missing 1 basic dot.
Missing a basic dot?
Because you get 13, not 12.
Oh, I'm bad at math. Good.
This is why we check. Expression?
Yeah, between more expression and more perception adjacent things, like maybe 2 on keening or 3 on alertness.
3 on alertness is good.
Yeah.
You never know when surprise Black Spiral Dancer.
It's more about like he's a very good listener, so when he's just working around in the parties, cleaning stuff, serving people, he likes to hear what's going on.
Ah. The butler knows everything, got it.
Yeah. Skills, I think I only use freebies on talents. Let me check.
Yes, by my count that's accurate. So you have 4 freebies left at this stage.
Yep. Which I put on willpower, because I only always have at least 6 willpower. I don't want to die.
Okay. Let's see. So 5 extra from Merit's Flaws, so that's 9. 2 on willpower, that's 7. And then you have bought...
No, it's 4 on willpower. I bought 2 dots, so 2.
Oh,
each.
yes. So that's 5 left.
Like
And
4,
those
4,
are
8,
spent on
10.
backgrounds.
Yeah.
Okay, that lines up. Describe your deformity and describe your flashbacks for the group and for the recording.
Right. Deformity. He is like a bit of a hunchback. Not something like detrimental. Just most people just poor posture, but it's actually like he was born this way, and he's a bit cross-eyed. It doesn't hinder his vision much. It just makes him look weird. Like people like to stare at him in both mortal and fey form. Mortal form has the added that he has some really weird green eyes. It just adds to the that's some weird guy. Nice eyes, but it's very ugly. And his flashbacks is for some reason when he had his simming, the name right?
It's Chrysalis when you come to
Chrysalis.
the...
Alright, yes, okay, yeah. Need to change the term, but yeah, when he had that, some bad memories appear, probably because they were too strong and what killed one of his last incarnations. He doesn't like, although he's a party goer, he really hates when party has things like fireworks, because it just makes him remember the front line. The panzers advancing, the shouts, the gunfire, the shells. It just makes him like go to the corner and cry a bit.
Okay. Okay. And not being passionate at work.
Yes.
Okay.
You need to love your profession. Even his parents, that like mortal parents that were office workers, they were loved doing their job because they thought they were helping people.
Okay.
Office workers, no, government workers. Nobody likes being an office worker.
Okay, so the way the antithesis works, it's not necessarily just what you do, it's also the situation you're in. So, unless it's like a mild thing, both you and Redemer might be bothered by people not being passionate in your case, and people just giving up and being little bitches about things, I would say. I think that's how it works.
I mean, I thought it was like something that for the others might not be banality, but for you for sure is.
Yes, so like the others might be okay with like not approaching their tasks passionately, but it would bother you seeing people being like, oh fuck this, it's Tuesday.
You're doing something, you should like it. Doesn't need to be something special, but as long as it's special for you.
Actually, no, this is particularly about yourself. Okay.
Oh, it is.
So
I didn't read it.
I just did. I barely remembered. But okay, so you need to redefine it in a way that like maybe something of like leaving job half done or not doing it as well as you can do it. Like if you're ever forced to like do a half-ass job, it'll bother you.
Yeah, not giving your all at work.
Okay.
So if I'm doing something, I should do it properly and finish and show how great I am, because I'm French.
Okay. And then going back to you for a second, you have put slights against fashion there. So if you have to wear like a dark hoodie and dark pants and like a, dark cap in order to sneak around, that would probably fuck with you.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And that brings us to Nyaxi.
Oh wait, you didn't. One thing I have to like question
contact.
about the contacts. I have them listed. You can read, but Dreamer. I have 2 dots on Dreamer. So like, do I need to find someone in Germany to be my Dreamer, or just like distance contact Dreamer counts?
No, you would have to be like. I guess you could do it over Skype calls and the like, but generally I would say they have to be local.
Okay, I could find one local and like one back in France. My dreamers would be just chefs that I just saw. I had this new idea for a recipe, or
yeah, you can know
like
some. You can know some chefs in Germany. I don't see why that's a problem. You're charismatic. You can get to know new people.
Okay. So I have 2 chefs I know, let me know.
Yeah, note where they actually live, that might matter at some point. And where are these notes you keep mentioning? I'm scrolling down, I'm not seeing...
Under experience, there's notes, right?
There! That's such a small box. Use the bigger boxes below that, they're huge.
But I need to scroll down to zip them and like find notes.
And you...
Because the first one is for description.
And you want to know... Okay. I see what you did with your contacts. That's moderately useless, but if that's what you want, that's fine.
It's useful for him.
Sure. You don't have to put it all the way down. You can just put it in the mortal description.
Yeah, I placed on mortal description.
I'm actually not seeing it. Stupid fucking thing.
This is just...
Maybe you need to click out of it so it saves it.
Did it appear?
Let's check.
Just close and open the character.
Yeah, yes, it did. Okay, excellent. Okay, so Naxi,
Yeah,
I see that you're an elf of culture.
I guess, yeah. I mean, I have a lot of appearance. And I'm smart.
Okay, dots, those are free. No freebies spent on those. Nope. Oh my god, you're a pure fucking courtier, aren't you? Oh, dearie me. You didn't even pick survival, you just talk about pathways that your house is looking for. My god.
I think you use enigmas in the dreaming.
Okay, sure, but like still. Okay.
Well, I had to pick streetwise since in the mortal side of things I'm not really that well situated.
Right, and you picked so you're a magician. Okay. Okay, so you spent 5 points on more there. And you spent 6 on that to get more realms.
Yep.
And you spent another 3 to get more glamour.
That's correct.
Okay, so 5 plus 6, that's 11, that's 14. So you have 4 flaws and 5 merits, so it all lines up. And do you want to specify anything about your remembrance? Or is it just like general, leave it up to the ST what kind of things I remember?
I have to quickly check what I'm like entitled to at 2 dawns.
I don't think it's huge, but like you can still flavor it, I would say. Like at least give us an idea of what kind of things usually flash back for you. Oh, you're Arcadian as well. Oh, that's disgusting. Accurate information with a reminder in theory. Yeah, those descriptions are not particularly useful in a way.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, give us an idea of what Lady Alejandra has remembered so far, like.
Like about the past?
Well, yeah.
And she obviously was always a noble.
Of course. So, lots of parties, lots of... that's a crack in the wall. Oh, the siege is continuing. More wine.
I guess maybe like, hunting parties back in the day when the things were better before we all had to leave to Arcadia.
It's like, the mortal broke his oath, unleash the hounds! Okay, so sure I can work with that. I'm gonna add something to it. There's probably just a flashback of horrible pain at dawn as you hear church bells ringing and having to flee back into the woods. It's just sneaking on tippy toes into the house of a mortal who didn't leave cream out and slowly scooping an infant out.
We should bring it back.
You know, few wholesome moments like that. Now that, and probably just like this anticipation mixed with a dread and excitement at knowing that a big war is coming. I'll add that last bit in as well. But no flashbacks of the war itself. Not yet, anyway.
Not yet, anyways.
Okay. I think that's good, and you can like make a note of those remembrances somewhere if you wish, so we can refer back to this. And yeah, for Hans Mueller and Hatim.
Would it be too far away for one of my dreamers to be in Freiburg?
There's no reason why he couldn't be. It's not that far.
Okay. Actually, no, there's a closer city there. Yeah, I didn't. Whatever that.
Karlsruhe, I think. I don't know, like, I last took German 15-20 years ago.
Yeah, I don't speak non-Romance languages. I'm barbarian.
Wow.
I took German forced in primary school for a couple of years.
I pity all of you.
Wow.
Okay, so that's good. So yeah, could use a bit more detail on some of these mortals, but we'll expand them as we go, honestly. Like, let's not worry about that now. So the thing that most session ones start with, let's go around and describe in 3 or 4 sentences your character and how he appears to the others. Just so you have an image of how you present to each other as you are, you know, ushered in and told to, like, you know, make your oaths to each other, you're leaving tomorrow. The car has already been bought. So, Naxi, I'm gonna start with you a lot during this because I know you're an ST and you can improvise on the spot, and I'm generally gonna put Dan last because Dan is the newest. I'm trying to give you time to think.
Well, I mean, I know what I look like, at least.
Yes, describe to the others.
You know, in my fairy form or mortal form?
Yes.
Well, look kind of like a vampire, but not really.
Like a Twilight vampire. Sparkling
Yeah,
and
like-
precious, but...
The pale skin, you know, the moonlight reflects in it, long blonde hair, red glowy eyes, blood red lipstick, chimerical, only. And like some, you know, noble garb that's easy-ish to move in, not like a court dress or anything.
Okay.
And in my mortal form, I'm still blonde, I still have red eyes, but I look, aside from that, like a normal French student, college student, in clothing that's kind of used, because, yeah, I'm not very fluid, like, you know, financially.
Okay. Redimer.
Alright. I'm basically looking like an Arab, because my character comes from his family rather comes from Algeria, and you can like see it in both like mortal and changeling form. Mortal and changeling form, like they kind of bleed into each other due to a flaw I took. and he has like Arabian features, like dark hair, but also like amber eyes in like both forms. Of course, the more brighter in like a changing form, and slightly pointed ears in human form, and like a big feature for him is also the like scales, like emerald green scales that he has basically everywhere, but like his face essentially, and like the palms of his like hands and like the soles of his feet. In mortal form, there's like you can usually not see them unless like the light just hits right and you can see them like slightly.
Okay, so I just realized you're not an English knight, you're a Barbary pirate.
Wow! Where's the difference?
Yeah, like English is a Barbary, both are pirates.
Well, yeah, but he also steals and traffics Christians.
What I'm gonna be real here, like
Okay, what is the difference from the English?
yeah, exactly.
Okay, Bacon.
Alright, in Fey form you see a very well dressed, weirdly skin, like his skin is a bit grey. Like the picture, it's actually that color, that's why I colorized the rest. With a bit of a grey skin, like his ears are not too prominent, even though he's a Fey. But he's well presented to compensate, but the fact is, he's a very ugly guy. The deformity already described, striking eyes though. But in a bit of a manlet, like on the 50 somethings, like dwarf height. But on his human form, although he shares the same ugliness and like deformity in the eyes, he's a more normal French looking guy, like proper median height is like 178, proper normal like Caucasian skin tone, but still the same kind of slight deformities that make him like really ugly.
And you also
But,
have Fey eyes, right?
Yes, also have eyes, but on his normal form, he's like doesn't have the more butter-like way of dressing. He's still well dressed, like, but more of like don't know the term, like almost social clothes. Like he has a social shirt, but sometimes he's wearing jeans, sometimes he's wearing social pants. It's not as strict with his dress code on his mortal form.
Okay, and Dan.
In the mortal form is generally a 20-something French girl. She's got long black hair, long and blue eyes, and her changeling form. She appears Shiva-like with her the general forearms and a metallic blue skin, and out of the back of her you may see a red, white, and blue aura, almost into the form of a France flag.
Man, it's really a flag.
Okay. So, there's... Then we come to the matter of the oaths. So, 3 out of 4 of you are nobles. So, why don't we start with that? What are your oaths of service to your house? What have you sworn to do or uphold, other than the generic house philosophy?
Well, I guess nobody else want to start. I'm gonna go. Basically, I've sworn to be it's like strong arm essentially.
If you can, bonus points if you can put it into court language, like
Oof. Now you're asking a lot.
you know, like
I did some.
in the name of the Father, I charge you to be, you know. And actually, I'm gonna open the section on oaths because I think you're supposed to also have a "should I break this oath, let my manhood wither and die" kind of condition to this.
Imagine. God. So it means you should go on the light oaths. No reinforcement with like the memory.
And the problem with like changelings is that you never know when the fucker who you swore to will know when you break the oath.
Yeah.
Okay, how to build an oath. Yes. Essential character of the oath, any qualification to the oath. Images from the natural world lend strength to an oath. So, poetry stuff.
We don't have to actually do poetry, right?
No, but like, you know, by the blood in my veins, I swear to always crush the weak and see them driven before me is, reasonable. Page 264 in the book.
Six what?
264 and 265. There are some sample oaths as well.
I think I might like the Oath of the Long Road on 266.
Okay, interesting. You will need to take a group oath for this quest as well. I just want to know just what they have promised to do for their houses, like. Like, you are expected to uphold the tenets of your house, but I'm interested in the wording of your, like, service. Because it's like, it's not just that you're part of a house and have taken a general oath of loyalty, right? You're in service to someone above you, even though they're not part of this game. So I'm kind of like, curious as to what that service looks like or what values you have promised to uphold as part of that.
I mean, clearly, my oath is to be brutally cunning.
Or how about be cunningly brutal?
You can make that part of your oath if you want. Nexi, you're either bored and already browsing Reddit, which means you're finished, or you're busy coming up with something cool.
But also difficult.
You all signed up to play Changeling.
I know.
This is literally like the core of what Fae are about since the Dark Ages. And also make sure you refresh yourselves on the philosophy of your court, because I will keep an eye on those values as well.
Okay, yeah, I need to be in contact with my court. Radomir, can you give me the escort name, please?
The escort's name. Let's see. What's the
No,
name?
that's a joke.
No, I mean Celia or unsealed, like general values, not your house specifically.
Okay, house, okay.
Like, I assume that you have ways of contacting that are like off screen.
Well, Ancilis are also pretty degenerate, so yeah, it's fine. write it down somewhere.
I will make a handout for oats. Yeah, and make sure to include an appropriate penalty.
I mean, clearly a fine of like 200 euros.
Unfortunately, that's not how the dreaming works.
It could if it's in the oath. Fine.
I love how everyone's like, I wasn't told there would be oaths and service required when I signed up for this nobility business. What bullshit is
I mean,
this?
No, I read it, but it was like, I
Yeah.
was hoping to be more abstract than that.
Yeah, I thought, oh yeah, we have the generic oath. It's there. Okay, good.
Yeah, it's great, like, yes, you have status in the Camarilla. Nothing is required of you, you're just important.
And technically, you should force ancillary vampire players to, have boons that they owe and boons that they can call it,
Yeah, but then you have to worry about how much you're fucking someone whenever you murder an NPC.
No, that's just the name of the game.
Yes, the Gangrel Plumagent has just died in the background. Fuck! Vampire is pretty fucking brutal. Then when you're done with that, you can think about your group oath. And how you're gonna weasel around it, of course.
Okay, that's a start.
There is the generic oath of fealty as well. Lovely.
Yeah, I'm using it as base for my personal oath of fealty.
And I thought that, like the courts of love were bad in the Dark Ages. Nah, man. Imagine what it's like for Fae in France if vampires are that bad.
Actually, I think this oath is not good. I'm not binding enough to my liege. Okay, that's 3 lines on my TXT file.
That has to be enough, right?
Should I post somewhere, or do you want me to read out the French accent?
I want you to read it out with a French accent and then post it in the OS handout.
Okay, first, like, see. On, I, Jean-Jacques Legrand, so fealty to Lady Antoniette Lebeau, and as a people of this great nation, never shame the world, I will bring no dishonor to my liege, and I shall never disappoint the house. No matter the difficulty, nothing shall stand in my way, and my orages will never stop me from bringing greatness. Your words are my actions, your will my goal.
Okay, and what's the penalty if you fuck up?
What is like? I didn't get the parts of the penalties. It's just oath of fealty. What's the penalties of oath of fealty? Fealty.
May my eyes lose their sight if I invoke your wrath.
Okay, that's perfect. Yeah, I think as his eyes are something he's even proud of. Yeah, just losing them, that's a good downside. Yeah, that's good enough.
Let's see what's going on here.
Oath. Okay, I will add my first oath. And then I use editor to spelling mistakes. Oh, only 3. I'm getting good.
Kenning dot to streetwise and chimera to treasure. Well, that sounds good. What kind of treasure do you want, Redemer?
I want to test chicanery too. Like essentially, you know, the wild escape card, since I stand out a lot in the form of like a small snake, metal snake, probably like silver or something, or onyx.
Okay. Well, that's more of an invisibility than a anything else thing. Hold on, let me actually open it. Yeah, that's Veil dies. You become instantly forgettable. Oh yeah, you can just walk out of something.
Yeah.
So this is what, like some sort of silver snake bracelet thing, maybe?
Yeah, like kind of like that.
Okay, sure.
Okay, yeah. Note down the note. Also, I extended the downsides because I'm born peasant. I have to have extra. So if I invoke wrath, I lose my eyes. If I bring dishonor, I lose.
You cut out.
I did.
Yeah.
Fuck.
If you invoke dishonor, what do you
I lose my voice.
Ah, excellent. Okay, and make note of your treasure's glamour ratings. I'm gonna say that the snake has, what shall we call it, like 5 glamour stored in it. The
Sure.
earrings, we're gonna say, has 7. Because it's like a higher level item. And hey, you can always toss your treasures and sacrifice them in order to ignite a new freehold.
That's true.
As in, like, that's a mechanic in the game. You can try and build a freehold and make a new Bellfire.
I know.
Except you don't have the superpowers for it, I think. I think it might need, like, the right arts as well. But hey, treasures are Bellfire fuel. Okay, so you copied that in. It's not filthy, it's filthy. Nice try, Bacon.
What? I wasn't paying attention, sorry.
You misspelled fealty to filthy.
Oh,
I
it was
fixed
the
it.
auto-translate.
I fixed it.
Autocorrect. Like... Wait.
It's okay, I fixed it already.
Okay, it's fine. There was worse spelling mistakes in there.
Yeah, but those didn't negate the oath.
It doesn't.
Okay. Naxi, Redimer.
I'm just working on the final wording.
Try to do something good, but not very good at it.
Mm-hmm. There we go, that should be a little better. It's still gonna be weird when someone speaks. Oh, I fucking hate how Discord and OBS combine, honestly. It's such a pain.
So where do they go?
Oaths handout, give me a second, I'm gonna save the section and just like note your name above the oath so we can keep track. And now you must read it aloud with a French accent.
I can't do a French accent, I never even had French.
Well,
I never
just
studied French. You just say "ron ron ron" and you get on the rhythm.
Yeah, exactly.
It sounds more like a recipe to ruin my throat, no?
C'est la vie, mon ami.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, Naxi, impress us.
Well, I can't do an accent, no.
You don't need the accent.
Yeah,
It's
just
my job to do funny accents here.
Okay, save changes. For every star in the sky, there's a path to be walked. For every dream in the night, there's a journey awaiting. I swear by the stars above and the dreams within to serve host Danan. To guard the throats that wind through the dreaming and meet every chimera with the same peaceful cordiality that they swore to keep with us. I will guard those that travel with me, guide them, and go on until we arrive at the end of our journey. this my duty I will not abandon, and may the dragon devour me in my dreams if I fail to keep my pledge.
Okay. So, if you fuck up, you get the Dark Fate Flaw. Get eaten by a dragon. Are you ready, Sir Knight?
Yes, I am. Let me just copy it over to the other thing, real quick. Oh god. Okay. I swear to you, my lord, to uphold the sacred customs and tradition of House Bader. Your command binds me to destroy your enemies. Our enemies. I shall pursue them with all my strength, wits, and tenacity. Only your word or death shall stop me. Should I break my promise, the strength, wits, and tenacity that should have been yours shall wither, just as the sea erodes the shores of Albion.
You just had included this. Bravo! Okay. Okay, and now you need to collectively come up with the oath all of you take to carry out this mission.
Right. Man, I kinda regret being a noble now. So many oaths. And there's consequences for not upholding them? Cringe.
The dreaming is just waiting with an unlooped dildo of consequences, yeah.
But I think like everyone can do oaths, so you
Yeah,
know, you can
that-
use it as a tool.
That's just what changelings do. It's like, oh, I'm supposed to trust you. Well, let's call down the dreaming to sanctify our pact. It's not like vampire where you can just backstab each other. It's like your reality fucks you if you do.
Wait. But I thought that this is World of Darkness. I thought the objective was to backstab other people.
No, here the world fucks you.
Fuck. Didn't get the memo, alright.
It's a different kind of fuck you.
Red Collective Oath. Can't we just take one of the generics?
No. Oh, and the oath has to include the line specifically about the Crown of Winter being either delivered to Prince Eugene or set on Queen Margaret's head.
Like, should I ask me like
Okay.
a condition, you know, that that we can be set free from this duty? Because you know, like the dude doesn't really believe necessarily that rumors are real, right? And you know, he will have his credit card charged forever if he can't just release us.
I mean, you can put one of as long as it really exists, and is within the like.
You can
Dreaming.
put some limitations, like as long as the world is surging with dark glamour and it's possible to fulfill our mission, or until the prince releases us from this task, that sort of thing. Yeah, you can put in like the end conditions.
Yeah, and instead of giving to the prince, I want specifically the oath that it shall be on the queen's head for reasons.
Yeah, I love how you got that. Okay. you can put it that way.
So if she gets beheaded, we have to like find her head and put it on.
Bacon's
Yes.
already sharpening a guillotine, I think.
Yep. Hold on.
You motherfucker. God damn it. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if the Queen has a chain dragon for emergency revolution use.
Break cage in case of revolution.
Okay, so Bacon wants the end clause to be that the task will be finished when the crown is set on the Queen's head.
Oddly specific, but honestly, yeah, so it sounds like a fun option. So we should take it.
Yeah, like not giving the own and the work is like it's my antithesis. It should be done if we go through it. I want to see on her head. That's the right thing to do.
He's just standing in the middle of the ruined, bloody court. Just give the Queen severed head a kiss on the forehead, put the crown on. It's nice to be home, my Queen! You can go one by one and start suggesting sentences, conditions, exceptions, etc. And just build it as a group.
Lose our honor.
That's kind of a weak penalty for
No,
mission.
yeah, it's just a starter.
Uh-huh.
You know?
Yeah, but it's a good start. It's a good start.
Also, it should be Prince Eugene, because the crown is supposed to be a surprise for the Queen. She doesn't necessarily know.
That's true.
That's fine. I mean, you know, it's just fulfilled once he puts it on her head.
Yeah. I definitely like essentially the end of the war is the time our time window essentially to mark the end of it rather.
Yes, unless China immediately goes for Taiwan.
Yeah, okay, that's if they ever.
Yeah,
Okay,
but like
so
as long as the surge of dark glamour and like fear is there, you have a shot essentially. Once that's gone, you're fucked.
Yeah, but it should definitely be in there because after that's done, we might have to wait like centuries. Oh, you have to like engineer an entire war ourselves.
Redoma, where's your trust that Prince Eugene would release us of the oath if he saw it fit?
I mean,
Listen, he is Sealy. Honor is life. He must release you. Surely he must. He cannot expect you to engineer a major war in Europe.
Honestly, it's not that hard to engineer a major war in Europe. We can do it.
That's true. We just need to go to Serbia and.
That's not a major war. That's a local one. Doesn't count.
Oh, it always escalates there. But we just need a glass jar. No, it was a glass bottle. Yeah, a glass bottle.
Yeah, bottle. It was a bottle.
Yeah, that's all we need.
What are you even referring to? Why do you know all this cursed political shit?
Some conflict started there because one guy accused some people from another ethnicity of shoving a bottle his ass, and it broke and he went to hospital. And to this day, they don't know if it was just putting there on his own or if actually someone was putting in there against his will.
Well, given the kind of stories you sometimes hear about the things hospital workers have to remove from certain regions, like better than even odds that it was himself.
Yeah, the argument I make is like it was put in a position that he couldn't really put himself. He was just sitting on it or standing on a wall. He needed someone else helping, but probably fake.
Wow.
And yeah, be right back.
Right. What would be a good penalty for a vote of this kind?
Banishment might be too harsh, I think.
I'm totally fine with being banished to the peasant lands. I can start the revolution there and...
Now, here's the thing, Dan, right? I see you've written out a long thing. If you want, you can switch one of your dots and put it into a title. And then, 100%, you are fucked the same way they are.
Do it. Being a noble is fun. You get 3 dots and consequences.
Otherwise, like, you don't take any of that house bullshit and you don't need to be bound by an oath of loyalty.
Oh, okay. You're right. I'm comfortable with where my dots are at the moment, though. So yeah.
Okay. So, not dooming yourself to eternally wandering in an unfulfillable oath.
Well, we are going on a rumor.
Well, people have seen, like, some wintry landscape that's, you know, miraging in there, but, like, whether the crown of winter is there...
Yeah, losing home is good one. That's basically banishment, right? Or light banishment.
I mean, it is. Do you want to
Alright.
include any parts about how you're supposed to treat each other? This is your chance to set essentially group convictions, like any limits on what you're allowed to do to each other or how you have to go about this.
I think he needs something like the group shall cooperate at best, never bring harm to each other, as long never do any actions against each other that would harm the quest or something like that. You can fuck with each other as long as one of you is fucking the quest. Like, yeah, if one is fucking the quest, the others can just fuck them up or like get them straight on the path or just expel them for the group.
Just murder Redemar's escort so he's not distracted. Need something like that, yeah, could work. If you want that, if that is supposed to apply to this quest in particular, by the way, Dan. Like, we're gonna craft a note that applies to everyone, just tell the group, combine it with theirs. Because Naxi is writing stuff in the Discord chat.
Yeah, I'm thinking and stuff as we're going. I'm not asleep yet.
I'm back. Let's see. So,
We were discussing like how this is a chance to add like effectively group convictions, and Bacon suggested that do not do anything to each other that would jeopardize like the quest.
mm. Yeah, makes sense. Should definitely be in. Like, I don't know how well the prince knows us.
He knows so
So-
most of you are unseelie. Like all the
Yeah.
nobles are unseelie, so yeah, he's gonna insist on real penalties, not, well, we'll just leave the nation if we fuck up here.
But you're just on a shopping trip to get a Valentine's gift for his girlfriend. Like, what
Yeah.
penalties should there really be for not getting it?
See, the problem is that courtly love is one of the tenets of the Sealy court, and this is a courtly love mission, so you're well and truly fucked on what he's gonna expect from you.
You should lean over and say something like, I'll be real with you, Prince Consort, you cheater. You might not see the next anniversary anymore.
So maybe loss of title, then?
Yeah, well, the
But they
problem
lost
is that like
Not all of us have title.
that, and also it's like it might be a relatively small loss if enough power is, involved. And he doesn't, like, he can, like, strip you of rank, but even if it's seen as legal, like, your host can just re-ennoble you if you bring them the Crown of Winter and suddenly you're a duke, and it's like, okay then!
True, that's a good point. Okay, something that is fucked and but not too fucked.
No, I have a suggestion for you, because the prince definitely has a sharper side, even if he's like a Toreador, essentially. So, I suggest something along lines. If I should betray this quest and break the queen's heart, I will present my own as a restitution.
Oof.
So it means we need to write a love poem if you fail, or intentionally fail.
Yeah, the dreaming is gonna accept that, I'm sure, especially when it's shifting towards darker glamour.
Okay, what about this version?
Okay.
He might be willing to accept that.
And love is everything, surely. This is the greatest sacrifice we could ever promise.
Oh god. Yeah, that's a harsh penalty. My character just loses his French citizenship.
I think your character loses the respect of every of the commoners. Like, they start seeing you as a noble forever.
Oh no, I turn into a noble fate. Oh no, that's horrible.
Well, technically you already have a title, so they just assume that you've gone full native, and like no one ever believes otherwise. You're one of them.
Yeah.
Then.
I just instantly get 4 dot of appearance. He just gets a rope to hang himself.
No, you don't even become pretty. Everyone just sees you as a noble. Like, they just know instinctively, oh, that's a noble. Okay, I think this is appropriate, unless there's something else you wish to add. Yeah, as much as I love the thing for Marinetta, Dan, you can remove that if you're not going noble from the oath section.
Okay.
Just keep it read in a notepad for the date that you get your own title.
Yeah, I've done that.
And how does Queen of Winter sound? We'll fund our own court with blackjack and hookers.
I mean, we already have the hooker, we just need the blackjack.
Exactly. I mean, it should be not too hard. I think like gambling is legal there to a certain degree. Not sure what exactly legal, constraints are. But I've seen like several gambling halls. I didn't know like a guy that went there like every fucking day.
There's like gambling halls all over Europe, I think. Like that's legal everywhere in a limited way. Pretty sure.
Degenerates.
That's true.
I live in a proper Christian nation and gambling is illegal. You just have to gamble the proper way illegally.
It's surrounded by like 3 casinos.
Okay, then all that remains is for each of you to swear the oath.
Okay, so we all read at the same time on the count of 5?
No, one by one.
But all at the same time is more fun.
It's cursed. But we can do it all at the same time when Naxi gets back, sure.
Yeah, we have to enjoy that my ping is only 170 milliseconds.
I'm sure we'll be fine. We probably should like copy this over, right?
Yes.
I will do it. Honestly, this just proceed or yeah, I'm gonna put it at the top. So they said that I was work of intended meaning rather than, what's actually written down. Very sad.
Yeah, because like the dreaming arbitrates it.
Yeah.
It's not like Tremere magic where you can where it's all like mechanical. Next, it's time to swear the oath.
I was just gonna make a meme oath out of the one in Way of the Wicked where I replace it so it says Cardinal Eugene Fawn. But sure, we can do the oath real quick.
Okay.
Yes.
3, 2, 1, go.
We swear that we
Yes,
shall
that we
obey.
shall obtain the crown of winter, and with that we shall take the mouse. It shall be set on the queen's head by her prince, and as he will strike the releases of his rules, either he perishes or boxing crowd or goes out. No power ties out. Someone has gone
Translating
and those words stay on. The sounds of the moon before you written the oath.
And these words they have one. You swear these before the sun, the moon, and before you witness our oath.
Requires
We swear not inflict harm on each other unless the fulfillment of this clause requires it or TPTS and words they have before
the sun and the moon.
We swear it before the son of the moon and before you witness the world. Perfect.
Cursed. There, you can read it because I'm not sure how much of that you caught. If those of you who are watching, there it is. That's the oath. Okay, you are sworn to the mission. Oh, and by the way, that bit about either of them perishing, if you in any way help with that perishing, the dreaming will fuck you.
Okay, but once it's on the queen's head, then the perishing is fine, right?
Oh yeah, at that point it's fine.
Okay.
At that point the oath is fulfilled. You're no longer bound and you're no longer interfering with it.
Mm-hmm.
Or rather, let's put it this way. If you help with them perishing in order to avoid the oath, you're fucked. If you kill her with the intention of putting it on her dismembered head, then it might still be okay.
I like that line of thought.
As long as you can get the prince to put it on her dismembered head.
Like, if it's the dismembered arms.
No, doesn't work. The prince has to be alive. He has to choose. Like, it has to be him doing it, not his body.
Okay, fair.
So you can
You know what, I get it.
force the prince to do it with magic. Then it works.
No. Like streams, like tears streaming down his like.
Yeah, just cold iron spear at his back. Do it!
Yes. Exactly.
No, I love how quickly you caught on to that loophole I was leaving for you in case you didn't want to actually hand it over in the end.
I mean, I'm the French Revolutionary. I was already thinking, like, I need a way to be able to kill her eventually.
You know what to do. Like you need to make this crown into a bomb. Or like a no, you need to like enchant the crown, like change the magic in it, so it like turns into like a guillotine when you put it on her head.
Yeah, it just poof, transforms into a guillotine, her heads fall to the ground and the blade comes down.
Yes.
Well, maybe the crown of winter was always a guillotine.
Yeah. No one never knew because it has lasts for so long.
You don't know how winter is degenerate, right?
Yeah. No. That seems like something they would do.
It depends on how far back it goes. Like under modern understanding, the Crown of Winter would probably be considered like, if it exists, like an unseelie artifact or an unseelie prop. Like the way he presents it to you, it's like kind of an expectation that's more like a ceremonial piece.
Yeah, probably not. Presumably. Could you imagine? Just like put it on your, or like, oh I know, like the soul of the real Queen of Winter is like bound into the crown, and like whoever wears the crown gets taken over.
There must always be a Queen of Winter.
Yes.
And what you do is, right, you get a bit of C4 and some cold iron ball bearings, and you stick it to the inside of the crown, and the glamour of the powerful artifact masks the cold iron until you press the button. Doing something like that, by the way, would be like an instant dot of banality, not even like a ticking a box, like an instant extra dot, at least.
Sacrifice worth to get rid of these nobles. They strip the true sovereign of their power. After all.
Next year, average global temperature goes up by 2 degrees. Because you destroyed the Crown of Winter.
How could this happen?
Who could have done this? It's fine. It's to end global warming. The Sealy have too much power. That's why the world's getting hotter.
Yeah, no, exactly. And we just need to keep going.
Okay. Does that cover everything? Do we need to do anything else? Yes. Where are you staying? Guest house or hotel?
Guest house. We have
Yes,
the
so,
money.
I guess.
We can rent a house, even a bit more away from the city itself, a bit more in the woods. Nice big house.
Okay, so you want to be literally in the woods.
I mean, just it doesn't need to be into this small town center. It can be a bit further away, so we can get a bigger place.
Did you see the pictures of Baden-Baden? It's all like the town center is the only part that isn't in the woods, essentially looking from above.
Yeah, exactly. We want not in town center.
So to the edges. Okay, got it.
Yeah, like a house with at least 3 main rooms and a servant room for me, near the kitchens.
Okay. I mean, you have a black card. You can get
Yes.
a house. It's no biggie.
Like if you hand it over to the whoever runs this thing, it's just gonna know what it is until putting it through, and it's like, wait, why did I not ask for anything? What do you mean unlimited? What is this? But yeah, I think we need to do vote on the notable people, right?
No, that's just the ones that you don't generally. You can note the Queen. You can note Queen Margaret and Prince Eugene there, and write notes on what you know about them and what the fuck is going on.
No, I mean voting. I thought we were voting on who actually becomes a character.
Like, these are all gonna be people who are around.
Ah.
Like, they're not
Okay.
gonna have sheets because they're not gonna be necessarily part of it in a major way, but I will abduct your prostitute if I want to fuck with you.
Yes.
Don't worry, Radomir is specialist of fucking with prostitutes in other in-game Board of Darkness games. When you least expect, you have the devil child.
Imagine. Actually, that's a fair question. Like if we spawn, right? Can we do we have to take care of it if it's like magic, or can we just still ditch it? Like, I mean, legally speaking.
I think you're responsible for it because you have to protect glamour.
Makes sense.
If it's a half blood, or if it's like even worse, if it's like a full fairy for some reason, because sometimes new fairies still get born. Like, yeah, you kind of have to take care of it. Like, you would be expected to. Now, the reality is, like, you can get away with ditching it, especially if no one knows, but, like, yeah. The expectation from a legal standpoint would be that it's your responsibility.
Makes sense.
The Redemer just planning to undermine the Confederacy from the inside.
Yeah, just thinking. Like, really speaking, we need like a plan to overthrow local power structures and install on our own, just in case things go wrong.
Yeah, but we'd have that for front, right?
Yeah, for both.
Given that this is like a historical area and a relatively beautiful area at that, even though there are places of high banality, like locally, there would still be, like in this area on the map, in the excess of 100 changelings and probably like half a dozen freeholds. Like smaller ones. Relatively speaking, but still. Like, there would be a local population, you would be known to them, there would be people who would keep an eye on you, like, you wouldn't be able to just plot an overthrow of everything with 2 elves and some servants.
Yeah, of course not. Of course not.
I mean, we can lobby one of the neighboring republics, because this area is more or less an independent region, right?
It's not independent, but it's like smaller states within the larger confederacy.
Okay, right.
So
Yeah, I
they're
can-
fragmented, but they're under the umbrella of the confederacy as a whole.
Yeah, so it would be within like the Swiss land or the Bavarian
No, it's
land.
no, like it wouldn't be part of the big ones that are named under confederacy. It would be a
Okay.
smaller sub-region.
Okay, yeah, that's what I wanted to know. So yeah, we can just. I have some friends in both of those places. We can just split it up in half. I think Germans are known for splitting land in half.
Wow.
See, the problem that there is this big she realm on their borders, so they're not that interested in fighting among themselves.
So we need to make it look like France is weak, and I think the best way to do that is to decapitate the queen.
Wait. No, think like yeah, we want to decapitate the queen. That's important. But if we want to break the local power structure, we just make it look like the local people are working for France. Like they're conspiring with the queen to like bring back the monarchy on this region.
Okay, I was thinking on what grievance counters I would need. I guess I will need one for the local politicians as well. But getting at the records in their freeholds, if you burn down the freehold and then dig out the stone tablets, would probably work to an extent. It would also mean that you would be hunted by everyone who survives, but...
We just don't live in the survivals. Easy.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. How much would cost a cold iron guillotine, by the way?
I think hiring the blacksmith would be easy, but convincing them that this was legit would be hard.
It's a proper play. We're gonna use it on like watermelons to like show to the people.
See, the problem is that when that shows up on the credit card statement, like, blacksmith services in Germany, the prince might go, hold on a second. Hold on a second, what the fuck?
Okay, but that's assuming that he actually checks his credit card.
He
And
has
also, like,
people for
whatever.
that, probably, yeah. He's probably
No, I
some
guess
sort
I
of
have-
steward or seneschal that keeps an eye on the accounts handed out to, like, agents.
Okay, I guess if that's not too expensive, I can buy with my own pocket money. I can like sell my car to finance needed.
Like, you can probably afford to make a guillotine, yeah.
Yeah. Just know.
Okay, any other plans you want to make? This is your chance to discuss what do you want to start with. It's actually useful for me as well to know which direction you're going in first, what you're investigating first.
Yeah, honestly, we should probably at least get acquainted with like the local freeholds to some degree.
Mm-hmm. There
Okay,
will
they
be
might
like
know.
a group that will be assigned to like keep an eye on you and help you if you need anything.
With someone's newbie mission.
More like it's like babysitting duty for the visiting nobility, since you're not technically at war, or like since they're technically not at war with Neustria. But it's like, you're gonna have agents watching the visitors from the friendly Soviet states. Red caps in KGB suits outside your house at all times of the day.
God bless. But yeah, that seems reasonable.
Yeah,
Also, like, how much would they actually like? How much like would they actually tell us? Like, how's the reception? And also, like, do we start out like here-ish, or do we like?
You start
Or
out
like-
in Baden-Baden. They're not going to interfere with you coming here and just visiting, establishing yourselves. Like, it might not be a good idea to tell them what you're looking for, but it's kind of like, oh, it's elves. It's noble elves. Well, hi there. It's not exactly warm, but it's not outright hostile.
Hmm.
It's kind of like -2 on a -5 to +5 scale, you know?
Yeah, I get it.
Like you're not liked here. Like you're the enemy. You're not at war, but you're the enemy. You know?
Enemies of the revolution.
Kind of, yeah, pretty much. Like you have gone away, and now you show up all like swinging your swords and puffing out your chests, and it's like, who fucking asked you? And like in terms of like getting access to their records and artifacts, they'll probably scrutinize what you access, right?
Hmm.
And you will probably have to trade for it. You don't have like a dross or infused like glamour to trade yet. Like you haven't had the opportunity to gain any. So it's probably a favor, and in worst case a favor to be named later, which is the worst kind.
Yeah, makes sense. Oh yeah, just like access to the dreaming. Like I'm unsure like how open that is, but are those like generally available like in the wild, I guess. Or do you need to go
You
behold?
need to know where they are, and you need to know the means of accessing them.
Ah, okay. But they do exist.
The easiest, they do exist. You don't necessarily know where the local ones are. You will need to find out from the locals, or the easiest way is that freeholds have a corresponding near dreaming, pocket. And I generally rule that you can use a freehold to step over. So unless it's like a freehold that's deficient in some way, most of them will have access to the dreaming, and you can cross over there.
Because I'm thinking like might be a good way to like get glamour in an emergency if we just like slay a bunch of chimera, I guess, go hunting essentially.
You could. You also know that there is an old World War II camp where Chimera and Dark Glamour gathers.
Oh, they gather on the other side as well.
They can, sometimes.
Okay, well,
So, like, if you're looking for a place where you can get glamour where the locals don't necessarily go, you know there is a camp where bad things gather. And you were told that it's, like, dangerous to go there.
reasonable. Is that if you like harvest from there, is it like tainted in any way?
You could end up eating Nightmare, yeah. You don't know. It depends on how much you suck down. And you might be able to resist it, but non-zero chance. Like, it's literally like concentrated Nightmare stuff.
Yeah, well, I don't think you have to necessarily eat it, but there's like a way to like get like a dross out of it. I think somewhere. Like
It probably congeals there, yeah, if it's intense enough.
Like when we like slay like a chimera, you can like harvest dross from them. Somewhere.
I think
Let me,
that might be a
find it.
case, yeah. I think Chimera is one of the ways you can get it.
Ah, it's an optional rule. There we go.
Glamour made solid. Yep.
Yeah, posted it in the group chat. If it loads, there we go.
Up to 5 times Gamer's permanent rating in Glamour. Oh, permanent Glamour rating. Yeah, that is way too much, I think. Probably, depending on how powerful or how much Glamour the Chimera has. I'll look into it, but I definitely intend that to be a possibility to harvest draws from Chimera.
Good. I tried to like make like a chimera, like theory craft, and I noticed that like the lower ones will not have like a lot of clamor unless you run out of points real quick for like other stuff.
Average chimera have between 2 and 5 dots. Yeah, that's still 10 points of draws that you can harvest from them. In theory, that's a lot. I know I'll see how I want to arrange it, but that would definitely be a possibility. Okay, so Redomer recommends contacting the locals and looking for tradable shit.
Yeah, essentially. Or like, doing like some service of some kind. Depending on you, if you like whoever we meet.
Okay, I'm gonna say that there's probably a freehold in Baden-Baden itself. And it's probably a couple of others scattered around the place. So we're just gonna say that the local one is, the one keeping an eye on you and the one you will have the easiest contact with. Does anyone have any other suggestions or discussions for how to go about this?
No, I don't like. I would trust the more knowledgeable people, both out of character and in character, on what would be the proper actions. I'm just there to make sure
Bacon,
that
you're the most veteran player here.
No. And my character is there to just make sure that the nobles aren't fuck-ups while interacting with the locals.
Okay. Alright. Okay, so dealing with the changeling crap and dealing with the quote-unquote camp. Got it. I need to find a map of that camp that's suitably top-down.
Yeah, in which city it is?
I think it's slightly to the west of this map and slightly to the south.
Oh, it's on France then.
It's right near the French border. I don't think it's actually in France, but I think it's right on the border.
Like,
Has to be on the maps.
well, if it's something to the west of the Rhine, it's French land. No matter how up the Rhine you go, it all belongs to France.
What? Kill yourself?
It's French natural borders.
Is this the one I was looking at? I know I was looking at one near here. Oh, Stuttgart is there. That's a memorial. God damn it, Google Maps. Holocaust Encyclopedia. There we go. Nope, that's the wrong site. Jesus Christ. Was I looking at Wikipedia for this and was there a map? I honestly can't. Was it Hinzert? Bruh. don't think it's this one. There was like a small one, like.
Oh, this one is even better. Don't know which LARP map it is, but
Even made fucking Switzerland.
Oh, it's just 1,000 killed. Yeah, I think it was Hinzert that I was looking at. And the total prisoners of some 13,000. That looks like what I tried to do in Wiki 3.
My god.
But yeah, this is like it's a drive.
What the fuck is even like fucking on there Germany on it? Bremen and Hamburg. What the fuck? I mean, I can kind of understand Savoy to Tuscany, but holy shit.
I think like isn't land that Napoleon went to?
Well, yes, but like there wasn't really.
Yeah, it's just like places that Napoleon conquered temporarily.
Anyway, yeah. The camp is a drive. You're probably gonna have to stay somewhere overnight. And it's drawing glamour away from this general area. So it's like concentrating outside what's left of the dark forest, and that's not what you want. So resolving whatever is pulling it there would be helpful.
Right.
Mm.
No,
And how much
that's not-
how much do we know about this in character? Do we know like
You know the location, and you know that not that long ago, like Dark Chimera and other nasty crap started gathering there in greater quantities, and it is dangerous for changelings to go there now. So it's like a general stay away advisory.
Hmm.
And like, given that you know what Russia is doing, and like the massacres in Ukraine that are happening right at this point in game. You know, old Nazi camps getting an infusion of the dark dreams that are traveling the world is not surprising.
It makes sense. Both sides compare each other to Mr. Mustache Man all the time. So it's like if something bad happens, it goes to those camps.
Okay, well, I think then, given that you have an idea of how you wish to proceed, we can end here. We are nearly at time anyway.
Alright.
So unless there's any last details you wish to add, we can wrap this up.
Oh, I just have one consideration, knowing that more about the political organization of this place. I thought they were part of like one of the either independent or part of one of the other regions of the Confederacy. Can I change my last contact for someone on this region instead of someone from Saxony?
Just like a politician?
Yeah.
Sure.
What's the name of this region? White Forest region.
Dark Forest Republic, if you want me to make something up on the spot.
Yeah, that's good. On Dark Forest Republic.
Okay, anything else?
No.
Okay. Then, any thoughts about the upcoming campaign that you want to share, Nyaxi? Expectations, hopes, dreads?
Well, I mean, we haven't played World of Darkness for a while.
Yeah.
And Sophie, it will be nice to be back.
Although Changeling is a weird one to return with.
That much for sure.
Oh yeah, we should have done mage.
Redemer, what are your thoughts?
Well, like on a personal level, I think I'm gonna run a lot of trouble with my character, and on a group level, I think we can probably succeed, but there will be tears.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Bacon.
Honestly, I don't really know what to expect from Changeling, as I didn't read much of it. But I'm holding the opinion. It can't be worse than Mage, so it should be fine and should be enjoyable.
Okay, Dan.
I see dead people, namely me.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna wrap it here, and I'll hopefully see you next week, unless Redemer's schedule fucks in.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'll see you then.